Alrighty. Do you want to go over anything or just jump in and see how we feel? You pretty much had all of the stuff off, didn't you?
Yeah, basically.
Right, I just got back and I got Bolo back into it. We've had camera issues, so we lost a few of the videos from John and I. Recovered a few others. Yeah. I recovered like 75 minutes of the Bruno seminar from Lange. So I mean, I talked to him and see if he wants me to just chuck it on YouTube for free or if he wants to sell it for 10 or 20 bucks on a USB or whatever he's doing. But yeah. Alrighty. Trying to focus the first minute on just making sure my movement and defense is all right, central was good. After that, then I'll start pushing a bit. I also don't want anyone to start just going straight to medium and auto in that first minute in case the other person's less trained and they just start going like they don't have the self-preservation part and then just going to commit suicide. Stay like it. Oh shoot, that's good. No, that's fine. Are you all good? Yeah. I did that the other day with John, but I slapped him with a knife. It was like fucking, like, just the way he turned means that like John's the bladed part, and he just got slapped with the flat, and I was like, god damn it, like, kind of embarrassing. Like maybe the tip would have cut him, but I'm pretty sure he wouldn't have been in like much damage. It was like mid-face, maybe got like a little slice. I was like, fucking hell, like, yeah. His defense is going so good. I think you're going back vertical. John had a similar thing. So like, you're coming in good, and even as you're coming in, you're coming in at like an angle, or you're like cutting out for those angles. But after you do the angles on the way in, you're exiting vertical. Okay. Because you're thinking, you're going here, you're going, I'm going to exit that way as you go around, but if I mirror and come around in the head, you turn around that way. Now it just looks like you're going back, and I see your head in the middle a little bit. That's what I'm like. If I follow you then, that's what's then giving me opportunities. So I'm like, if I go this way, here, and then that's the middle, then it's off one of these, you know. So I'm like, then if it's going back out, or even back this way, again, like, so you start to zigzag a bit, or even if I'm doing that retracting one, I'll like, pick it up that way, and you just makes them have to realign constantly. Yeah. So only very subtle, but like, small differences. Honestly though, doing well with it. Actually, something that helps when we first started doing Ilustrisimo stuff, do you remember we had like the unfilmed drill? And like we both like go like 1 for 1, and like do like an elastico and like bang, and do it, bang. You get used to adding spines, but like you essentially get used to going the 1 for 1. So that to me is like the beginner part of Ilustrisimo, learning the largo, the measurement. But now sort of the media, we're doing a different kind of drill with John and a few of the others, where we'll just start left foot forward, this close. We're not going to go crazy hard or anything. I'll jump on that one. But keep your hand on the blade as if it's the defense stuff, and step, that one, and then keep that right leg behind for the roof block. So almost see if we can go 1 for 1. So I go here, you do something, bang. Once you realise this isn't too bad, every now and then you'll go like roof block, and as you do, that will happen, and that's where you start to see those kind of opportunities and stuff. And even then, I might float back off the roof block, and then you can do like a largo version. But if you, like, that felt fairly comfortable, right? It's because it's the switch between the largo out here and the mentality, and then this is almost to pull the largo shot. But if it still doesn't work, or if they it was like what happened to me, I didn't like jump back or launch or do something. I stayed calm as well. We had that weird moment where we're both in this range, and we're both kind of looking at each other, and we realize we can't hit, but whoever goes first is probably going to get counted. So instead, we just end up like just go for it, but make sure you're stepping with it, because it's when people just do the arms. That's where you're going to do it, or you get an entry. If I do this, you can just fall. Like you just fall forward and you get like five something. I think about all those finishing stuff. So if we're in this range, and if I go forward, you might be able to do it as well. Exactly. Yeah. But where it's most obvious is when people just go, and you just exactly. You could always go back again, but you're so close to going backwards, it's almost detrimental. So like at a point when you realise if you step backwards and I can follow you. So even if I'm here and I'm here, and you went backwards and did it, or like as you do a move, go backwards at the same time. And like I can do it following. So once that's the case, I'd rather go forward and roll. But you gotta get that full 90 degrees, like the nice one. And let's just do that tiny little drill again instead. So I'm thinking like largo's the unfilmed drill, and this is like the switch of stance to keep the hand safe. Make sure it's more on the wrist. So just oh yeah, the spines are good to add as well. That's good. You're getting that foot back on the roof block. Nice. Oh yeah. So now mix that in with the normal largo. Still do what you've been doing defensively. Start off like and do like zigzag in and out the start footwork and whatnot. Make sure you're not going back vertically on the exit too much. But then if we're going to here, still do that, because I probably will occasionally go here and go, oh shit, and have to go bail. But if you see me not react, that's the next stage. After that it's the entries, but probably best to stick that off first. The entries usually off 2 or 3 missteps, or someone just swinging here without stepping. And really, after a while, you almost don't take this off the body. I start to lock my elbows. I go here. Like it's really, yeah. Sorry. Oh, that was close, perfect. That's the only problem. We always have to make sure we start saying that largo. Once I realised this range, I realised your right foot's forward. I did this, which is the roof block forward, but then when you came straight back down, it's like, if you switch your stance, I can't do that. If I did this, I probably wouldn't have got it. Probably would have like banana points to moving. You can have the right forward, but a lot of time when I have my right forward here, it's as I'm pivoting around, and then a lot of time I end up switching it back to left foot forward anyway, because I realise that's still too control. Yeah. See me come up like that? Yeah. It's the only thing that counters, really, not the only thing, but it's one of the main counters to this lower guard, where if you do any other attack towards me, I can just like roll and go for stuff. Especially katana, that's really hard to beat unless you match and mirror it. But the second we did that against Ray, and we're down here rolling around, he went, and just comes down on top. And even your roof block, he's deep enough to like clamp and go down into it. He kept getting us on our shoulder because he's a lefty. So he just come up here and go down. And we just like, it sucked. He come like that deep on our neck and shoulder. And we're just like, all right. But that was really good, man. We'll switch out to knife. Legend. Thank you. Especially after taking like maybe 5 or 6 weeks off. That's really good. You didn't fall off much more. Yeah, that's the point of the videos. It's like, so I can look at my own technique, but it's also for students that they can do research out of class, they can see what the higher ranks are working on. Yeah. And so for a lot of the students that aren't around here anymore, like some of the boys in Queensland or Melbourne or back overseas, they don't have instructors anymore, but they've got sparring partners. They're usually the instructor, but this way they can keep getting technique. When they come back, even if they haven't done it, the terms aren't foreign to them. So I get it, the Spanish and Tagalog terms of Filipinos, a bit hard to absorb. Yeah. Especially for Aussies, we're not very good with languages.